Okay, all right, all right. This is part 4 of Pokimane's therapy session. Let's go. Let's get it. All right.
I'm going to think for a second. So
Okay, I'm
sometimes I
gonna
have these.
get my cat.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on.
What? Cats?
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait, wait. Look at his eyes.
This is one of those moments. Can she hear me? I guess not. So I can say this. I'll just wait for her. This is one of those moments. Can you hear me? No? Okay.
Huh?
This is one of those moments. I have these moments sometimes when I'm talking to people, and generally speaking, in my day job, but remember, this isn't psychiatry. Um,
Okay.
but remember, this isn't psychiatry. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, and generally speaking, in my day job, but remember, this isn't psychiatry. Um,
Okay.
so I have these moments where someone says something important and profound that I just have this emotional reaction that it's going to sound like a complete asshole. And I couldn't care less.
Okay. That good. Yeah.
I mean, I get that you had all these ideas about yourself and like, but even then, see, like it's so subtle. Because it's the same shit. It's like you're trying to figure out how to be a better you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, like had this like frankly it infuriates me actually a little bit when you think about like I was going to travel and still work, but like you're still feeding that same beast. You're trying to find, you're not, that's not actually going to,
It
I
was
mean, it's
like,
going to help.
you know, the little Iman in me was like, I found a compromise.
Exactly.
And then, this compromise was taken from me.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that you don't deserve a compromise.
What?
You deserve, Iman needs to get her 7 years back, like traveling and back, like
You will never get it back. You will never get it back.
traveling and streaming and stuff. Like, I'm not saying don't do it, right? Because that sounds wonderful and fun and all that good stuff. It sounds like a great idea. And at the same time, like, don't confuse yourself that that's, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but it's not the route.
Hmm.
Like, the route is that, like, you should be able to travel.
Root like in root as in from a tree, the root like getting the root of the problem? That's what you mean? Or the root as in travel?
Direction, but it's not the route.
Wait, wait.
Confuse yourself that that's, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but it's not the route.
Ah, okay,
Hmm.
Like, the
okay, okay.
route is that, like, you should be able to travel and not work.
I will have a lot of people telling you otherwise.
That's fine. But then we get back to like, okay, so like, oh, what are you telling me, Iman? Are you telling me that you're living your life for others? Huh.
Yes, Smiley. But to be fair, that's also like where I derive the most satisfaction,
Okay, fine. So I
either
don't think,
helping or, yeah.
yeah, so I don't think that you should ignore others. And I think that's part of your dharma. So dharma is the Sanskrit word for duty. So I think that I too have to live my life for others. I don't think I can just stop streaming now. And I think
Live my life for others? Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. I mean, you can help or guide people, but I don't live my life for hell nah. Not even for chat. I'm sorry, chat. I know my chat is a little bit like small, like two, three. Like my maximum viewer count was 6, and I was happy as hell. Not going to lie, but I will never live my life for others. That's a fact. Um, what I can do though is try to help others, but I'm not living my life for others. Like my life is like my life. Like I'm doing the thing that I want to do and not what others trying to please others. Like of course I take responsibility, still trying to take responsibility for the whole humanity, which is already I think a pretty big thing to do, and trying to reach as many people as possible and stuff like that. And for me, it is fun to do that. Like I like to talk and like tell them how I came up and what well, not that I like it, but I can talk about these kind of stuff, and I feel like this kind of stuff, this sentimental, really deep talk, is missing in the internet world, which is like everything so fast and so superficial, materialistic, and stuff like that. You only talk with the person, on the internet and stuff most of the times, like streamers, with streamers talking about content, talking about, oh my God, this story and that story. When I was making a song with Jason, it was like so fun, and I felt like telling stories, telling maybe about traumas and stuff like that. I heard Pokimane and Quenlin, shout out to Quenlin Blackwell, shout out to Quelliam Shakespeare, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, okay. Uh, it's like you can take a break from streaming, like 1 week, 2 weeks, especially like, for example, Kai. He did just ended his mafiathon, and then he is always on a break, like 2, 3 weeks or something like that. And I feel like you can do that. You, I mean, you already achieved so much. You did so much already. Like you can just do that. It's your choice. I know you don't want to let people down and stuff like that, but come on, like it's not like you let people down really. It's like you should see it that way, that you are doing something for your mental health by not streaming it, and so on. Just live like normally a little bit for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month, in a whole different country where hopefully nobody knows you. So Japan is pretty good. Laos, nobody will know you in, the home country from my parents. Nobody will know you. In Thailand, also maybe a few foreigners, but that's it. So you have so many beautiful places that you can visit. I mean, okay, alone, I don't know if you could do it alone, if you need somebody, like it's like, I am here, Pokemon, I am here if you need, no. But yeah, but really seriously, I can really just actually, if actually Pokimane would DM me and say, "Hey, I would take your offer," I would go s- right away, like right away. Like, damn, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be anything, like no romance or anything, just like friendship wise and stuff like that. I'm happy to go. Like, I think most of the people would be happy to go. I mean, you know, like, but yeah,
That
let's
that's
go.
fine.
Okay.
But at least I acknowledge, and I think this is what you've got to think about, is like it's okay to do things for other people, but you should like the difference is not that you don't do things for other people, it's that you devalue yourself for maybe not wanting to do those things. There's a huge difference between saying
Bro, with the devaluing, man.
I'm going to eat, I'm sitting there for getting my afternoon coffee. I used to have this problem all the time. I trained at this place called Massachusetts General Hospital, and so I was at MGH and I was sitting there getting my 4 p.m. coffee because I was tired and overworked and all that shit. And I'd get my coffee, and then in the little display case they have like this like healthy muffin, and they have a chocolate chip cookie. And I would have a struggle every day. And the turned out that the bran muffin was actually pretty good. And so I would eat the bran muffin. And there's a big difference between saying I'm going to eat the bran muffin even though I want the chocolate chip cookie, and saying I should want the bran muffin over the chocolate chip cookie. And I think there's a big difference between doing something because you think it's the right thing to do and because it's a sacrifice, and beating yourself up because that's not something that you don't want to do.
Mhm.
I have no problem with you trying to support your community or do
What was his struggle? That he couldn't decide or what? Like,
things that are like good for the people on Twitch, which is
what?
cookie coffee, because afternoon coffee. There's a huge difference between saying, I'm going to eat, I'm sitting there for getting my afternoon coffee. I used to have this problem all the time.
A
It,
problem. Okay, he
I
had a
trained at this
problem.
place called Massachusetts General Hospital, and so I was at MGH, and I was sitting there getting my 4 p.m. coffee because I was tired and overworked and all that shit. And I'd get my coffee, and then in the little display case they have like this like healthy muffin, and they have a chocolate chip cookie. And I would have a struggle every day. Um,
Struggle every day. Hey, man. Bro, I swear to God, bro, when tell you that, I don't want to say like who it is, but let's just say family and friends, right? Struggling to decide on what to order because they already ordered on every like almost like every restaurant they are, and they struggle then like, "Ah, what should I eat?" Like I'm telling you straight up, like struggling for an hour or more, and I am like, bro, there is no way. There's no way. Like, should I order pizza again? But I ordered it like 2 days ago, but it's so good. Or should I eat a little bit more healthy today? Like maybe a little salad. Like, what should I do? Like, bro, they almost got burned out because they struggled to decide on what food to order, bro. Like, this is such a first world problem, and I was like, wow, wow, y'all really struggle with that, while people struggle to even get food, and y'all struggle, and y'all struggle with that. I was shocked. I was I didn't even know that people had that they struggle with uh ordering food, but not well, I knew at least that people struggled to think like, ah, what should I cook today? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but like, what should I cook today? Like we ate already ramen yesterday, or did ramen, had sushi 2 days ago, so already 2 days we had Asian food. Maybe we should mix it up. But Asian food is so good and stuff like that. Like, bro, like how people think it doesn't matter if it's like my age or even older. They struggle with these kind of things, and they get like sometimes they get a headache out of that, and I'm like, wow, wow, wow. It's like that difficult for y'all. Like these kind of first problems are crazy. Like I can really eat fried rice every day. I could eat just plain rice with some cooked vegetables every day, because for me it's like a fuel. Food is a fuel. If it tastes good, this is a bonus. Like this is luxury if it like tastes good and stuff like that. But I mean, you get used to it. If you eat like rice and vegetables, you can make that good. You know what I mean? So it's like 6, 7, bro. Like for me, it's like just eat what you have right now. Like first of all, you need to know like what kind of they call it diet, but it should be like just the food what you eat, right? For me, fruits and vegetables. So easy. Like there are only like two options, but of course there are more vegetables and stuff like that. But if there would be even meat involved and other stuff, eggs and stuff like that, It makes it harder because you have more options now. But if you limit it, because it's a win-win. So you have less choices, options, and it is more healthy. So, and also, if well, I will do it when I live alone, but I will do like a raw diet. That's what they call it, raw vegan diet. Um, so basically, fruit and vegetables are raw. I never did that, but I think I can do that. So the struggle people go with is like insane for insane to me. Like his struggle with the chocolate chip cookie and the muffin is crazy to me. Like if I would ever have this kind of struggle, man, I'm like, oh yeah, I am like Delulu. I'm turning crazy. Like how is can that be a struggle, bro? Like I'm getting angry that people have the struggle with that. That is such a privileged struggle to have, man.
And the turned out that the bran muffin was actually pretty good. And so I would eat the bran muffin. And there's a big difference between
Ah, what is the struggle really? Like he did doesn't explain it good enough, in my opinion. Um, Maybe he got a chocolate chip cookie all the time, and then he someday went to the healthy muffin, and it was like, oh, the healthy muffin is also good. But he didn't like really admit anything like what was the struggle and problem, I feel like.
saying I'm going to eat the bran muffin even though I want the chocolate. And there's a big difference between saying I'm going to eat the bran muffin even though I want the chocolate chip cookie and saying I should want the bran muffin over.
His struggle, I'm telling you straight up, like I already almost like it's almost guaranteed that that's what he's thinking. All right, he's thinking, should I take the chocolate chip cookie, or should I take the healthy muffin? Every day, he's asking himself, should I or should I not? Should I or should I not? And you telling, like, saying, should I and should I not is not good, Pokey or Iman, and doing it yourself. Okay, I mean, you like that was in the past. I don't know how he is now, but bro, like, come on. And also, what did I want to say? Nah, okay, let's
The
forget
chocolate
about
chip
it.
cookie.
My bad.
And I think there's a big difference between doing something because you think it's the right thing to do and because it's a sacrifice and beating yourself up because that's not something that you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with you trying to support your community or do things that are like good for the people on Twitch, which is great. I'm behind that 100%. But I want you to be honest with yourself about like, is that actually what you want? And if you say that I'm willing to make the sacrifice, I mean, I make sacrifices all the time. My kid does this thing where once or twice a week she wakes up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. She can't go back to sleep. She comes and we try to put her to sleep for a while, and then she's like at 5 in the morning. She's like, "Daddy, I want noodles." And I wake up, and then I'm up with her from like 4 to 7, and
That's
and
so cute.
it's absolutely. But you try getting woken up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Doesn't
sounds
feel the
cute and it's
best,
wonderful and it makes
but
me
it
feel
sounds
like a
cute.
good dad, and it also
Mm-hmm.
sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think that the issue here is not that you're not willing to do things that suck. The problem is that I think you beat yourself up for not wanting to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And this still goes back to, I mean, if you want to go back to the trail of tears, we got to go back to like what was life like for you as a kid?
Like one thing I have to say about Indians, man, their hairline is so good, bro. I don't know what they use and stuff like that. And also their hair looks so good. But I mean, I love Indian food. And what they eat is actually pretty healthy. Um, if you don't do the chicken, well, a lot of their food is actually vegetarian and vegan. which I love, man. I love that. And it's so good. And some people really are scared of eating Indian food now because they all see that these videos, online. But it's like, come on.
Because I think that's where all this started.
Mm-hmm.
The indebtedness, like it's crushing.
Like, look at his hair. He's like 40 something, bro. Crazy.
You sounded so
Wait, he was 38 when it happens, I think. Yeah.
heavy when you said that word.
What word?
Mm-hmm.
The indebtedness, like it's
Mm.
crushing. You sounded so heavy when you said that word. And should you be grateful? Like, absolutely. Did they do a lot for you? Absolutely. But I can tell you something else that if you really want to like get emotional, that they would be, do they know how you feel? It
I
would
don't want
destroy
to
them if they
worry
did.
them.
What?
It
I
would
don't want
destroy
to
them if they
worry
did.
them.
It would destroy them
It
I
and
would
don't want
destroy
to
them if they
worry
did.
them.
I can't hear that what she's
It
saying.
would destroy them. And you have to tell them. Because I want you to, what do they want for you, Iman?
They want me to be happy. I know that.
And are you?
Sometimes.
Mm. It's sometimes because, to be honest, you can't be happy all the time. Like, that's not how it works, like to be human. Well, you can like just be in the mountains under the tree and stuff like that, sit, meditate, and just bliss out, man. Like, you could really do that if you like learn it, but because who is there to like annoy you? Nobody then. Hopefully, to be honest. Like some people really like will find you will find you some days. It can happen. But it I mean you can do it everywhere. You can do it at home, in your bed, on a mattress. I'm living in a mattress on a mattress right now, which is like it's okay. I at least I have a place to sleep. Um, so I was never like complaining about that actually, like never, because it's like why should I? Like at least I have clothes, I have food, I have a place to sleep, like a shelter. That's all you need. These are the three basic needs you need, right? And everything else is luxury. So I am already happy as where I am at, but of course, the mission that I want to help as many people as possible, and also the like another priority, but not that big, is of course like financial freedom. Well, and then I can help my dad out, like hopefully he can like live in Laos. I really want him to live there. But of course, he basically sacrifice him for for his kids that they get a good education and stuff like that. And I'm like, today it's not really about education. Like if they really wanna, I mean, it's about education, but if they really wanna learn, they can learn it on the internet nowadays. Anyways, let's go.
Right. So are you gonna and this is the other thing is like parents are pretty smart, especially your parents.
What?
Parents are pretty smart, especially your parents. And this is the other thing is like parents are pretty smart, especially your parents.
Parents? Print?
I think they know.
Yeah, maybe. I
Maybe
don't
not.
Yeah, we don't know.
Why don't you tell them how you feel?
know. I don't know. It's even hard to tell you how I feel. I feel like it's very
Private.
I'm a fucking stranger
as
on the
I
internet.
said. I feel like it's very convoluted for starters, and also I really I don't like to worry my parents. So even just telling them like, "Oh, I had a bad weekend," or "I'm crying," or whatever it is, like, especially for my mom, that will just worry the heck out of her. She'll be ringing me every like hour, and if anything, that just makes me feel more stressed out. Because now not only am I like sad or stressed or whatever it was initially, but now I am worried about her being worried and also kind of irritated. It's just it's a big mess. It does not feel like the kind of process that yeah, I guess I've just learned to deal with it on my own.
Yeah, so you remember earlier when I was like talking about this moment
I
where you were
understand that because that's why I don't even want to talk with anybody because man, they always want to know something. Like, just leave me alone, man. Like, just leave me alone. Like, they want to know how I'm doing. They want to know if I have a new job. They want to know, like, do I make money? Like, they want so many things. Like, I'm like, just like, live your own life. I know it's hard. You know, you are my mom, my dad, or whatever, and or my aunt. Yeah, and no, you have your own problems. You can worry about these things. Don't worry about me. I know it sounds crazy to tell that a parent to not worry about their child, but hey, like someday it's like I am old enough to do like whatever I want, you know? I already said don't worry about me. What they do, what or not is like their own thing, but let's just say I'm not responding. You know, I'm not writing and I'm not talking with them and so on. Like you don't have I don't give them anything to feed on. You know what I mean? Like I don't I wait. I actually hate it when people like I talk with people, tell them something and they talk with somebody else about that. Like they basically tell them like they basically ratting out, like they snitching basically. Like they talk telling the stories to other people. Where I'm like, why do you have to do that? Like, and I don't like it. I told everybody that if I talk with you, you know, keep it to yourself. Well, for what reason do you have to tell that to everybody? And like this is the kind of gossiping, entertainment I need to get feeded on with information. So I have something to tell, like, oh yeah, my son, he's living with his dad right now, and he's not doing that good financially, um, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't really care like if I have 100K or 0K, you know, like but of course like financial freedom is still important, but what is more important is like really the most important is always mental health. Then it comes helping other people. Then comes the money with it through streaming, content creation and stuff like that. But I have the patience for it, right? But to talk with me like every few months or so, I mean, it's all right, but for what reason? I don't have any kind of reason. I'm sorry. It sounds harsh, but I don't have any kind of reason to basically talk with y'all on the phone. Like if it's personal, then all right, it's okay. But if it's like digital, it's like I don't like that. I know this is digital, but this is I feel like work. you know, work slash also like hobby, first of all, and doing it for fun, people say, but really I can see it as work also. So I treat it already as work, even if it's fun, the work, right? So yeah, that's that. Um, and yeah, so that's why I'm basically, yeah, not reaching out to anybody, not picking up the phone on anybody, and it doesn't matter for me. Like it doesn't really matter for me. They all know like basically how I am and stuff like that, so they should know better, I hope. And I told them also like when I'm back in Germany, I won't have that much time to spend on these kind of things where it's like so unnecessary. I'm like this is gossiping. I hate gossiping. Like really. And if I do like say something, it really had to go out, but it doesn't really has to go out. You know what I mean? But it feels good if it's out also. I know that, but yeah, it doesn't really need to because I can also like solve it in my own, but it's good to release out sometimes, right?
Were Iman or you were Pokey, and that you should do something and you didn't do that, and you did the thing that you should do instead of being the person that you wanted to be.
Uh-huh.
I think we just found it. Like in a weird way, like this makes perfect sense to me because what I'm hearing is that you grew up in a household that, and I'm not trying to blame your parents, just every household. I mean, my kids are going to be screwed up. Like, don't delude yourselves about that. They're the children of psychiatrists. I don't know if you guys ever met children of psychiatrists? They're all fucked up. And so
Why?
it's just an inevitability. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. Like, I mean, you've
Yeah.
done phenomenally well on so
Why
many
would you
metrics, and
say
like
that?
you're also tortured, and like we're all tortured. Like
Like
without
why would you say that ever to your own child or children, bro? Like this is actually screwed up, you know? And you as a parent still cussing like bruh, bruh, like I can't even treat you as an adult if you are a parent cussing. But hey, do what you gotta do, bro. But I'm not seeing you as an adult. I see you as a child, bro. That's that, bro.
works,
Keep on
right?
drinking that beer,
And
bro.
and what I'm also hearing from you is that fundamentally, like, when you expressed your feelings to your mom, it sounds like you felt responsible for worrying her. And then so there was like, I want you to imagine 6-year-old Iman, who's like, I don't feel good, but if mom knows, then she's not going to feel good. And so you were protective of your parents. And by not showing them who, like, you shoved yourself in the closet. There's like crying Iman, and then there's happy Iman. And then what happy Iman did is she took crying Iman and she's like, get into the closet. Mom's coming.
You know how funny the mental image of me telling me to get in the closet
That's what you've been doing your entire life, my friend.
is? Yeah.
I think you should talk to your parents.
Pardon?
I think you should talk to your parents.
Yeah, I maybe.
What hesitation do you have?
I don't know. Like, what do I say?
Okay, I can help you with that. Can I give it a shot? You let me know how this sounds.
Mhm.
Role play again.
Your parents are still together?
Yeah.
So I think you start by
Oh.
telling them that you're grateful and you can add whatever story. So tell me their story of moving from Morocco to Canada.
Yeah, when I was 4 in Morocco, it's actually funny. When I was really, really young, I hated like school or like doing anything. Like when I was little, I was real wild. And then we moved to Canada, and then I became an angel. I'm just kidding, but I became very like studious. It was all about like
Oh, tell you let me write you a poem about that. Let me write you a romance about that, right? In Morocco, wait. I am not that familiar to Morocco, but Morocco is a poorer country, you could say. Who was from Morocco? I know someone is from Moroccan. I know one is from Moroccan. But yeah, it looks like beautiful on Google I guess, but it is a poorer country, But with that, with poor countries are also positive things coming, which are like more freedom. All right, so poorer countries are not as regulated as Western countries or like countries with more structure in it and stuff like that. So if that's not there, then there is more freedom. Like you are free, you are wild, you can do whatever, right? But then in Canada, just like in Germany, there's a lot of structure. There is a lot of rules, regulations, and stuff like that. All right, you go to school. I saw a YouTube video. A shout out to I don't know what's his name. Creative. My bad, bro. Creative. Like he is drawing always. Let me find it out. I need to I want to give him credit for that. Creative drawing. I don't know. Ideas? No. Right? No, wait. Drawing. I don't know. Pyramid? No, it was pyramid. Tesla, maybe. What's his name, bro? Ah, there it is. After school. Shout out to After School, bro. Shout out to After School with his 3.68 million subscribers. He deserved it. Hey, before you subscribe to me, subscribe to his channel, okay? Like a really big shout out to him because his videos are very, very good. And yeah, so basically what he did was like kids, they go to school just to become like the perfect modern slave. All right, you should be good in school. Then you go to elementary school, then secondary school, then you go high school or whatever, university, and you always be good at school, like an angel. That's how that's the perfect like modern slave to be. And then you like work really hard, don't do anything bad and stuff like that. And that is basically Pokimane or Iman. Uh, to be honest, I wasn't good at school, but still I behave a little not nah, I couldn't say even that I behaved really in school, but let's just say I still went to school. All right. And I felt it also, like the pressure and stuff like that, and always try to get good no grades. And for me, really like this is what can happen. Like she was young and wild in Morocco. Then in Canada, she got like studies, like really strict. Like she tried to be an angel, like don't do anything wrong, like try to do everything right. That's what you learn basically. And in Morocco, she was like young, wild, and free. That's how it's supposed to be. But you move, it's different.
Doing what I had to do, and yeah,
Sadly.
that's just how I grew up. My mom is a teacher, and
Mhm.
my dad is like an engineer, but also taught at a university at some point. So they were always like very
Damn.
supportive when it came to school, and that was like, like I would do well in school, I would get validation from them, and that was like my cycle of happiness, I guess. And they were also like pretty strict. It's like, oh, you don't go out late, like no boys in the house, like you don't hang out with too many boys, do this, you do that. A lot of the stuff that, especially in like high school, my friends would do or could do, I wouldn't. But also, like, maybe I had like a little while of like being rebellious or angry about that sort of stuff. But especially in like my later years of high school, I just kind of learned to play around it. Do you know what that is? That a saying that people use outside of gaming?
I don't I don't
I get
represent all people outside of
What?
kind of learned to play around it. Do you know what that? is that a saying that people use outside of gaming?
I don't I don't
I guess.
represent all people outside of gaming, so I don't really know.
Well, do you get what I mean when I say play around
I'm
it?
not sure what you mean by that because I don't know if you mean
Um,
psychologically or like you. Yeah, I don't know.
oh, what I mean is kind of just a work around it in a
But
sense. Like,
work around it
oh,
like
I
in
know.
actuality, like so.
No, I don't. Hmm.
So my wife, for example, wasn't allowed to have boys in the house either. But she,
Hmm.
what her way, what the way she worked around it is that she took a ladder and would leave it in the backyard so that people could climb up the ladder and come in through a balcony. That's a workaround. I don't know if that's what you mean.
Um, for me, I mean, like sometimes I would sneak out to like get McDonald's with my friends, but I was never really rebellious.
So what do you mean
So
by workaround?
my workaround was just like I found happiness online via just gaming, and I love to game so much. I was like, oh,
Ah, yeah, and oh my God, bro. My bad. And with gaming, well, who is gaming? Most of them are males. Back in the day. Nowadays, it's like almost, it feels like 50-50, bro, with all these streamers. But, well, they are not all gaming, just chatting, doing yoga classes, doing pool parties in their bathing suits and stuff like that, bro. It's crazy nowadays. It really is.
oh, well, my parents want me to stay at home all the time anyways, so sure, I guess I will forego whatever else and just stay at home and make friends
Nice.
online. And then when I was 17, that's when I started streaming. And that was also my way of like not being so sad about missing out on other things. It was like, oh, I found something else to do and be excited about. Um,
Yeah. So I'm going to try to keep things practical. I'd love to explore that further, but I'm going to try to keep things practical and hopefully, I know you want a rubric by the time we end this. Um,
no, it's okay.
so no, but I like rubrics too. I feel frustrated if there isn't some sense of progress at the end of it. Um,
Mhm.
Okay.
so we can be partners in crime there. So thinking a little bit about it, I mean, I would start by just talking to them about like I would start with exactly what you told me, which is that you're grateful and also feel indebted to them that you need to be happy in life. And then you can even add color like you kind of did to mine. Like I don't know, I mean, I'm the son of immigrants as well, so there's like a powerful story there in my mind about sacrifices that they made to come here. And
Mhm.
I mean, my parents were in like had to borrow money for the plane ticket, and because they couldn't afford a plane ticket, and so they came here with like two suitcases in debt. And then
Exactly.
and it's a powerful story of like a lot of sacrifice. And like I remember my dad, when he was like in high school, like they had like singing class, and so he went to singing class like all kids do, and then like his music teacher thought that he was like talented, so he's like, you should come and join like this like club. And so they joined the club and they went to go compete, and they won. So he won first place for singing, and he went home and he showed his my grandmother the trophy. And can you guess what she did or what she said?
She said it probably wasn't important because it wasn't related to academics.
Really close. She snapped it in half, threw it away, smacked him upside the head, and said, "What the fuck are you doing wasting your time? You should be studying more."
Hmm. That's so sad.
Yeah. And so he did study more, and he became a doctor, and he came here in debt. And I know exactly how you feel in terms of that indebtedness. And I know for me, it manifested in a different way because I didn't do a good job. I didn't do well in school. I failed, and I was filled with shame for letting them down. And then eventually I became, as I put it, all Indian parents' dreams and all Indian kids' nightmare by becoming a Harvard trained physician. And
Yeah.
then I became that which I loathed. And what I loathed growing up was like my parents would tell me some random person who I'd met once and their accomplishments. It'd be like so and so's son is like
Yeah.
doing this. Like, oh,
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
like so
always like that.
is so and so
Even
like
mhm.
yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say, like, many years into content creation, even making like six figures plus a year, my mom would still hit me with the, "Are you gonna go back and get your degree next semester?" You know, it's like
The
probably
hell?
not.
Yeah.
The hell?
But imagine how
What
happy
the
she's going to
hell,
be,
bro?
Iman, when you tell her that you're going to go back to school.
There's just no way.
Maybe that's subconsciously playing
Oh
a
man.
part, but uh,
Boy, that runs deep.
maybe.
But going back to how to talk to your, I mean, I think you got to talk to them and just tell them that, like, I'm grateful and I feel indebted and I feel like I need to be happy, but there's a part of me that isn't.
Mhm.
And hear what they have to say. And it's unclear what you're gonna get. Like, maybe your mom will start breaking down in tears, and then you can break down in tears, and then you guys can
Aw.
cry and all that stuff. And and
Yo.
and yeah, and then then this is the hard part, right? You've got to sit with that. And then you've got to ask her, Mom, why are you crying? And then
Bro, like, look, she doesn't want it to tell, like, she doesn't want to tell her parent that. And if she doesn't want that, I mean, basically she can solve it on on her own because she is feeling it. You know, she is feeling it, not her mom. She is feeling it. She feeling that she is indebted to her parents, to chat, to the team, maybe stuff like that. So it's a she like her problem. It's her problem to solve because well, I don't know if she want to be feel indebted or not. That's also the thing. But for me, it's not a good thing, and it shouldn't be a good thing for her also. So yeah. So basically, it's like getting rid of the feeling of indebtedness. You know, if you don't feel that way, you will feel free. That's what it is. It's like you are cuffing yourself to chat to your parents, to the team, and it's like you are stuck with that. Like it's hard to get out now because you are basically already built an empire. Like, bro, when I say, I mean, like Dr. K is saying he building an empire, but Pokimane really built an empire. You know what I mean? Like she really is, as he said, like Twitch royalty, like the Twitch queen, whatever it is. But yeah, like you know, what was it about again? I forgot already. My bad. Let's keep it going.
and she's going to say something just
Oh yeah, the indebtedness, like it's her problem. She can solve it on on her own. So just do it. You know, if you don't know how to do it, guess what? I am still free. You know what I mean? All right,
because you're suffering, and then I'm going to say, well, I'm crying because you're crying, and then you guys have to figure out, like, what are y'all going to do about that?
bro,
Oh,
bro, like she doesn't need to do that, man. She doesn't need to do that. Like you saying, yeah, you should talk with your parents. Like with Jason also, you should talk with your parents. Don't worry so much and stuff like that or whatever it is. Like always, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can talk with your parents. You know, communication is good at some level. You know, you can just with communication you can just go for a certain level. You can just go to a certain level. If you want to go deeper than language, you go dig in deep on yourself. And then if you dig deep enough, then it's like a communication outside of talking through actions and like I don't even know how to t- tell tell you that, bro. But to be honest, I never had such kind of communications with another human being ever.
That's hard to imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the thing, Iman. I think you're playing a solo player game. You got to start treating your family as party members instead of NPCs. I'm serious, right?
What?
Like you're carrying all of this weight. Like I can't tell you just the thought. Like if I had a daughter in your situation, it would be so hard. I would just be livid that she was not taught these things because that's what I'm here for. Right? I don't want her to protect my feelings. I want to be able to do something about them. Like what to do
What?
something about them. I want her to protect my feelings. I want to be able to do something about them. Like when my kid wakes me up at 5 in the morning, like of course I'm furious, but it's also like I'm glad you woke me up because you're 2.5 years old and you can't make yourself instant noodles. I don't want you to
Yeah, but I'm
try.
23 years old.
Huh?
Yeah, but I'm 23 years old, and so it feels like
Noodles. I don't.
Mm. Oh my god, bro. Why would you cook at 2.5 years old instant noodles? Like, bro, like there are no nutritions on that, bro. No, not at all. And you are a psychiatrist. You should know better. But again, like seeing what he's saying, bro, like he knows like big words, like I don't know them, but he's still still I feel like he's still clueless in some kind of way. Like the things he's saying is like sometimes so random, bro. Like sometimes it doesn't make any kind of sense, bro. And I'm here like, damn, bro. Like you have better English than me, but the understanding of life, bro, it's I don't see it really. Like maybe you understand life a little bit more than the average person, but I don't feel like you dig deep enough. Like for example, I don't see any kind of connection happening at a high level. You know what I mean? I don't.
Want you to
yeah, but I'm
try.
23 years old.
Huh?
Yeah, but I'm 23 years old, and so it feels like I am old enough to the point that like I should be able to deal with these things
There
and
it
like
is.
protect my parents.
There it is. Where did you hear the word?
Should.
Yeah.
The correct answer should.
Yep. There it is. Good.
Yeah.
But here's you shouldn't. Like, I mean, I still rely on my mom for shit. Like, you know,
Like what?
she still tries to do my laundry. And it's like it's weird. I mean, you want to talk about being like not independent. I'm 37, ostensibly professionally successful and independent, and I live with 4 women who all in some capacity take care of me. You want to talk about, I don't know what Moroccan culture is like, but in Indian culture, like men are incapable of taking care of themselves. And I'm so incapable of taking care of myself that like 1 isn't enough, 2 isn't enough, 3 isn't enough.
You need
I I
4.
I had to breed a couple to get my needs met. And
Nice.
it's a beautiful and scary thing the day that you have a daughter that's old enough that can do something for you.
Aw.
And it's like wonderful, but it's also
I don't want my daughter to do and like if I ever have a daughter or a son, I don't want them to do anything for me. Like they just live your life just how you want it, right? If you need like advice or whatever it is, I got you, bro. But or sis, or basically son or daughter. Uh, but I'm not pressuring them like someday you need to do something for me. Like gave I gave you life. Like I created you basically. You know, like you are in that basically already in debt to me. No, like this is something. If I ever had children, I will be completely like honest with that and say, I gave you life basically, but I don't want you to feel indebted to me in any kind of way. You shouldn't feel guilty in any kind of way whatsoever. And I will tell them as soon as they can understand what I'm saying. I don't wait until 18 or whatever. If I see they can understand it, I'm telling that. And for me, love is like I I'm taking care of you right now. But if you feel like you want to move, you want to leave, you want to get outside of basically the cage, but I don't want to like put her even in a cage. It shouldn't feel like a cage, right? Like it really should feel like she is like young, wild, and free. Like that's a pretty good one actually. Young and wild and free. Yeah. Um, that's how she or he should experience life. Um, at a very young age. So go into nature all the time. Maybe even live in nature right away. Um, well, and then it's like, uh, yeah, so they already live free. It's not like they feel like feel like in a cage. But then, if they feel like, okay, I want to do some other things, maybe I want to move to the city, then of course I need to like tell them, the city is like that. It's the industry. It will be about money and stuff like that. It is about competition, who is making more numbers, who is making more money, who is making has bigger cloud, whatever. So it's always about competition, and it's regulated. It has a lot of rules, and there are a lot of people in there. So you might feel it feels like it's too crowded, and it feels like you don't have the space to be young, wild, and free. You need space for that. Some things like that I would tell them, but I would never give my 2.5 years old instant noodles and McDonald's, anything processed food. Hell nah, bro. Like, I'm looking at parents and I'm like, y'all are stupid as hell. Y'all really are stupid as hell. Like y'all are really lazy also. Like lazy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I mean it's not about even lazy because like instant noodles takes longer than just cutting a fruit up, bro. But they learn to like instant noodles. Why? Because y'all eat it. Somehow, some way. She is seeing it. Somehow, some way. Probably from your parents. From the parents. Like the parents eats instant noodles. She's like, uh, yummy, whatever she's saying, whatever. I want two, right? And or she's hungry, nothing is there right now, and then it's like, oh, we still have instant noodles. Why not go for instant noodles? And I'm like, are you serious? Did you read all the ingredients? What is in there? And that what you want to give your kid? You like y'all are stupid as hell. Okay, next part. Next part. This part is done. Wait, which one is it? The fourth part is done. Fifth part is coming. All right. See y'all.